Yes, right in here.
Thank God we found you. You must be the exorcist.
Please, call me Jim.
I'm so happy we found you.
Me too. You must be Loretta?
Please, call me Melanie.
Okay. And what about him? What should I call him?
Well, his name's Alan, but it doesn't matter. He won't respond.
Something happens and I'm
How long has he been like this?
Almost 2 months. It's tearing our marriage apart. Sometimes he wakes up in the middle of the night singing it. Other nights he doesn't come home until 2 in the morning because he's been out driving all over town singing karaoke. It's driving us insane and it's tearing apart our marriage.
Well, don't worry, Melanie, you came to the right place. I specialize in musical exorcisms.
How does it work?
Well, I'll start by playing the problem song and bring him into a state of deep hypnosis. We'll do some deep breathing exercises. I will recite some Latin phrases and then hurriedly switch to another song, thus driving the old one out.
But won't he just have that song stuck in his head?
Heavens, no. I will pick a song that is so bland and tasteless that it has no possibility of sticking, just like the musical equivalent of undercooked spaghetti.
All right, let's do it.
I'm very good at what I do. I once cured a 23-year-old woman who had a whole new world stuck in her head seeing Aladdin at age 6.
God, is she okay?
Oh, perfectly fine, living a perfectly normal life. She can't keep any carpets in her house, though. Please sign these waivers.
Something happens and
Sign here, and here, and initial here. Let's get this started.
Something happens and
Now listen to the song. Listen, now breathe it in. And out. Breathe it in. And out. You don't need this song. The song's not you. Bring it in. And out. You don't need this song. The song's not you. And what is now true. One more time. Breathe it in. All life is transient, on this too shall pass. You will leave me a 5-star Google review and buy my latest copy of my book.
Hey!
That's in the waiver sign. Sancto sumine di fresco, di magnifico, di sanctu del lumino.
What happened?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank heavens you're back.
What's happening? And who put this shit on? Who was that dude?
Man who saved our marriage.
Wow. Sir, I may not know who you are or where I am or what I'm doing here really, but for some reason I really want to buy a book from you.
Of course you do. I will be right back.
Oh, Loretta. Jesus, my mouth tastes terrible. I really need to brush my teeth.
Yes, you do. But tonight we are going to go out for a big celebration anywhere you want.
Bowling?
You got it.
Here you are.
The Erotic Adventures of Albus Dumbledore.
I dabble in fanfic. Oh, and
2 Girls, 1 Cup. Where are they now?
I'm also an amateur biographer.
How much?
Oh, $80.
$80?
I don't know, babe. I have this strange, undying feeling that it will be totally worth it.
Okay.
Of course you do. Card on file then?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course. My pleasure. Something happens and I'm head over. Shit.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Ms.
Good morning, Miss
Henderson.
Henderson.
Everyone, say the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the hologram of the new United States for
7S,
7S,
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under gourds,
with
with liberty and justice for all.
All right, everyone take their seats.
Ms. Henderson, Ted didn't say the pledge.
I don't need to say it if I don't want to.
Yeah, yes, you do. My grandpa paid the ultimate sacrifice for this country.
Your grandpa died lighting fireworks on the 4th of July.
Still, not saying the pledge is like spitting on the hologram.
You can't spit on a hologram. Squat dot, they're invisible.
Please, children, Miss Henderson has a bit of a headache this morning. Grant, leave Ted alone. And Ted, do not use words like swap dot in this classroom.
Sorry, Miss Henderson.
Henderson.
Yes, Jenna?
I know I've brought this up before, but in the pledge where it says under gourds, I think that's a typo.
Jenna?
It's just I did some research and I really think in the old United States that it said under God and that it might just be a mistake from when it was brought over here.
The original text of the pledge on this planet says gourds, and that is sacred, and we have to take it as literally as possible.
Then what does under gourds mean?
I have absolutely no idea. Now, kids, since Monday is Prime Day, it seems that most of the other children stayed home today and made it a 4-day weekend for themselves, which I thought we already had and didn't realize I was wrong about that until late last night. But don't worry, we are going to have more fun than any of them because we're going to watch a movie.
Oh man.
Jenna, please. The movie will still be educational. There are only 3 of you, and besides, Miss Henderson is feeling a little under the weather today.
What's that on your hand?
Pardon?
Is that a stamp?
No, certainly not. Must be a bruise.
Then doesn't it hurt to rub your hand like that?
Jenna, I'm fine, okay? Any other questions?
Why is it called Prime Day?
Well, because it's Prime Day to honor the legacy of Jeffrey Bezos.
I know, but like, why?
Because he discovered this planet when he came over from Earth.
You know, we were already here, right?
Oh, for God's sake.
What? He's right.
Can it, Jenna? You're just saying that because you have a crush on him.
Do not.
Do too.
Excuse me for actually reading up on history, Squawk Dot.
Jenna has a crush on an alien. Jenna has a crush on an alien.
Dude, don't call me an alien.
Kids, please, I'm begging you. Jenna, language.
All I'm saying is my ancestors were already here, so I don't understand why we celebrate stupid Prime Day.
Ted, it's to commemorate that a new way of life was ushered in by the voyage.
You mean a new way of life is in like brutalizing the native population and killing them with dumb earth diseases? There was no stupid coronavirus here before humans. And like, I don't understand why we should have a holiday to celebrate someone who did all that.
You aliens are so sensitive.
Dude, for the last time, do not call me an alien. My ancestors are actually of this planet. If anything, you are the alien.
Yeah, right.
You know, if you want to talk sensitive, you cried when they changed the school mascot from the Little Green Men.
It was a good name.
It sucked.
It's part of this school's legacy.
It was mad offensive.
Yeah, so now we're just the Musktown High School's blorp ball team. That's real
Yeah.
catchy.
It's better than Little Green Men. And you know what? What do you care? You don't even play blorp ball.
I could run circles around you on the blorp ball court.
You're on, Squat Dot. I'll meet you down at the ground. Miss Henderson, can we sign off?
For the love of all that's holy, yes.
Miss Anderson? Miss Anderson?
Yes.
Can we still watch the movie?
Can you be quiet?
Sure.
Knock yourself out.
Welcome to your in-flight entertainment and news. This just in from Greece, from a 100% trustworthy source. Well-funded archaeologists have uncovered documents and vases that seem to indicate the presence of paid, mid-entertainment advertisement in Greek theater performances. Sit back and enjoy these key scenes from Greek culture, now with historically accurate advertisements for your edification. Take this advertisement, found in the Odyssey, as Odysseus schemes at how best to escape the wrathful Cyclops, Polyphemus.
Not going to lie to you, men. Things look bleak. That Cyclops dashed our comrades' brains in and, well, then gobbled them up. Worse still, he's rolled an enormous boulder out into the mouth of this cave, leaving let alone us few trapped in here, unable to move it. And even worser, if that's the right word, he's drunk all of our wine at my own insistence, so now we have an enormous drunk Cyclops on our hand. Well, the only good news I have found is that we can all fit in this really tiny crack that his enormous hands cannot reach. But never to worry, for I have a magnificent plan that's going to save everything, and it is...
All this excitement at the theater, getting your throat dry? Come down to Zorbo's excellent wine shop after the show, featuring a hot new imports and all your old favorites at a reasonable price. Don't just drink wine, drink Zorbo's.
Oh, what about this classic scene from the Euripides drama, Medea, where the anguished sorceress queen debates how far she will go for revenge against her husband, Jason, even to the point of killing her own children out of spite, now restored as it was meant to be seen, with appropriate advertisements for your enjoyment.
Women, my task is fixed. Force habit every way that my children should die, and since it must be so, then I, their mother, shall kill them. Oh, arm yourself in steel, my heart. Do not flinch from this necessary wrong.
Hey there, fellas. Having trouble taking a leak in a manly fashion? Well, that's why Hesiod's Happy Helper is here to, well, help. Just 2 dabs of this tonic on your belly twice a day, and you'll be pissing a stream to make Poseidon jealous. Don't get mad. Get Hesiod.
Even the gods in Greek mythology were not spared from advertising. Take this recovered edition from the Tales of Hermes, who must outwit one of Hera's guardians, Argos of the 100 Eyes. He does this by telling him severely long and boring stories. In this case, the advertisement may have been inserted to keep the audience awake.
So then I said to the wine seller, I'm not gonna buy your wine if you don't give me some pitch. How do you expect me to drink the wine without any pitch? And you know what he said? He said, he said, I don't care what you do with it after you bought my wine. So that charlatan is only interested in my money is what it comes down to. I wasn't really interested in giving him my patronage on that evening, I tell you. So I decided I was going to go mash the grapes myself, and I bought a vineyard up in France there, and they wouldn't sell it to me if I didn't take a goat off of the neighbor's lawn, because the goat was apparently messing with their cats and their kids. Apparently the goat would eat the kids' toys or something like that. I couldn't really get the specifics of that story. I had to take the goat off of the hands of the one guy. I think his name was Harley something. Anyway, he was having trouble with his kids and the goat, so I had to take it bleating, screaming, and cussing and all.
Tired of nodding off after a day's work?
After the tough stuff.
Just can't keep your eyes open? Try Hestia's eye-opening tonic. Just a few drops in your water or wine at sundown, and you'll be able to endure any dull conversation or tiresome task with ease.
We interviewed a very trustworthy historian to close out this story. He said, remember, the way things are now, in this moment, is how they always were. There have always been advertisements in popular entertainment. The present mindset of quantifying every interaction with attention or money or both is how every culture in the world has always operated and always will operate. There is no alternative to the present.
As you can see, we're quite well stocked at the museum. We have samples from just about every era with some very handy safety features.
Oh, I've not had a chance yet to go over the orientation.
Well, go on, let's take that one up.
I'm not going to get electrocuted or sent into a splinter dimension, am I?
Oh goodness, no.
Oh.
That's on the second floor for the really nasty stuff under lock and key. We'll get to them later. Oh, go on, pick that one, pick that black one up.
Black Death. Is this the...
Bubonic plague, most assuredly. It's a bit grim, isn't it?
Is it singing?
Well, it's simply put, more like frequencies in the bacteria that align and are synthesized with frequencies common at the time to try to give you the feel for the era. I find it is very helpful.
Just put this back then?
Yeah, nasty stuff then.
So, do all of these beakers have that feature? What happens if I pick up, say, this one? Sexually transmitted diseases?
Yeah, we had to bulk together some of the more fun ones. Syphilis, herpes, and the like. Otherwise we'd be up to our eyeballs in beakers.
Isn't this music in bad taste?
You think that's bad? You should try the one next to it.
Cholera?
Pretty good, eh? The Blue Danube? Because think of the way cholera is transmitted.
It's pretty awful. Smallpox? Oh!
Plague and empire go together as well as chocolate and peanut butter. Oh, yeah. Earworm. Audio contagion. Yeah, we had to blow out just about every speaker on the East Coast just to contain it. Now, for the love of the communes, could you please put that down?
Jesus Christ.
There's a mess to clean up over in failed ideologies. We'll get there a little down the line. The main event, and a pain in our sides for quite some time now. An ideological contagion. The last trainee dropped it.
Did they survive?
They were assimilated into it. They haven't been seen since. Hence you.
There's no music coming from it.
No, it doesn't. Tell me, trainee, how would you clean up an ideological failure?
No. It's not that different from dealing with a disease. I mean, it is in specifics, but in principle, in broad strokes, some things are the same.
Go on.
Well, local control and community would be key to stopping it from spreading. And since neoliberalism requires every interaction to be quantifiable, you would need to encourage the creation of communities without regard for the key symptoms of neoliberalism, quantification and monetization.
Pare it down a bit more.
Well, you would need people to aid each other outside the definitions of the ideology. Mutual aid. And without hope of profit and on a social level of equality. And since neoliberalism is just an outgrowth of capitalism at a larger scale, which is propped up by force and threat of force, one would need to abolish coercive force as a concept.
Boil it down a bit further, too much theory can detract from the primary thrust.
Right. Our choices are solidarity and mutual aid with other humans, or death by neoliberal market logic. Everything else is just a frippery.
Very good. I think you quoted Mechnikov there. The old trainee thought that you could bring out reform by addressing it within its own parameters. Ideologies don't do well with reform from within.
So, I guess we start by grabbing a broom, sweeping up the glass, and then go from there.
One step at a time.
I don't know how they always manage to get it wrong.
What?
And then some of them just go on and use my work without my consent. How dare they? How dare they? Profiting off of my labor.
Mary, what in God's name are you going on about? This is about your book.
Yes, why yes it is. Though I suppose I can hardly even call it my book anymore, seeing as no one bloody believes a woman could write such things. Did you know, some of these dreadful gremlins claim Percy wrote it within its entirety. Granted, my dear Percy, God rest his soul, wrote many magnificent works, but it is really so hard for the public to believe this one is my own.
Are you really that surprised, Mary? I mean, you know how people feel when women are involved.
Of course I know that. I merely thought, here, come on with me. By no means did I expect some unequivocal love for female writer, but perhaps a goddamn sliver of respect. Really, do they know who I am? Are they aware that my mother is the Mary Wollstonecraft, married to the William Godwin? Perhaps they are so imbecilic as to be unaware of the mere existence of the greatest logical philosophers of their time? Not only that, but my parents being pivotal feminists must mean something, even to clueless hooligans with arses for tongues.
Oh, Mary.
Perhaps one could simply send a wink my way, just to say, well done, Mary, a horrid but lovely novel you've written. How capable you are. That's all I ask. And what do I receive?
Multiple theatrical adaptations.
Multiple moments of so-called theatres producing my work without granting me so much as a penny. My dear Lord Clare, you see they've robbed me.
You do realize you've received loads of fantastic reviews and praise every single day. The public views you as a genius. Those that view women as people think very highly of you.
Accolades and empty words.
Well, do you not want praise? I thought you were miffed because you wanted the praise.
I do.
Then take the damn praise, Mary.
No, I don't want that praise.
So, let me get this straight. You want praise, but you don't want a certain genre of praise?
No, that's not. I want some praise, but I don't want the, oh wow, how talented for a woman to write things without her husband. That praise is unnecessary, illogical, immensely reproachable, enormously cruel, and just plain stupid.
So, you only want compliments on your work if they ignore your womanhood.
Precisely. I think.
Now, what about those productions, those play adaptations? Do you want praise about them?
Oh no. Well, yes, but no. I do want some praise, but if the production is malarkey, I'm not interested.
You had previously mentioned that all of the productions were malarkey.
Yes, and you know what? I take it back. I don't want praise on the productions because past Mary was correct. Malarkey they all be. Absolutely horrid pieces of work. Baseless, pointless, and so unmoving. Come in.
My sincerest apologies for the disruption. I'm a friend of your father, William, and I just saw the production of Fate of Frankenstein, and I absolutely adored it.
Oh yes, yes, it was marvelous.
Yes, and your review was so fantastic. Indeed, it was the whole reason I chose to attend.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Yes, if a writer appreciates the show, then I know that it will be an honest production. In fact,
Yes, very kind indeed.
I think I have a clipping here.
Oh,
Yes. It describes the production astonishing, of entertainment, of magnificent virtue.
oh, that
And I think it even has it quoted here.
does it? I don't think it
But
does.
lo and behold, I have found myself famous. And to me, dear Mary Shelley, you are famous. If you would give me the honor of signing my Plato.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you, Mary Shelley. You made me such a happy man. I'll stop intruding.
It was my pleasure, really. Fucking all!
Dear Lord, Mary, what on earth is that about? Never mind. Let's cheer you up. I propose a game
A game.
of the alcoholic kind.
I'm listening.
Shots.
Shots!
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 For every god-awful part of those awful productions we drink.
Yes. Brilliant.
Take us away, Mary.
Okay. First, who was that servant bloke? What was his name? Frisco? Fritz, yes. Well, he certainly wasn't in the novel.
I thought he was quite funny.
This book isn't about humor, it's about punishment for accessing powers that aren't ours to access. And motherhood, among other things.
Well, that's more than enough reasons for me to drink.
Your turn, sister.
What was that lady's hair? Elizabeth, I think. What was that style?
Oh, it looked like an alien beehive.
And dear God, the show was so brutish and terribly masculine.
Oh, God, don't even get me started. That goddamn masculinity.
Go off, Mary. Give it to me straight. Shots of truth.
Oh, poetic of you. That was really quite lovely, Claire.
Thank you.
Do you recall what this whole piece is about?
Existence?
No! Jesus, Claire, do you listen to anything I say?
Bish, I'm drunk.
Fair point. The whole fucking book is about motherhood. Bloody mothers. Women, ladies, birthing humans. Sure, there are some political themes in there. Tyranny, cruelty of human institutions, yada yada yada. But God's sake, the whole damn thing is about femininity.
Vaginas. Boobs.
Uteruses! Uteruses? A lot. There were a lot of fucking letters. It happens over the course of 9 months. How much clearer do I need to be? Yeah! And when Dr. Frankenstein was all, I've made a monster, gasp! Oh! He was experiencing the very thing us women go through when we give birth.
The mania?
Precisely! The thing that we get institutionalized for. The female insanity.
Honestly, how could they miss such an obvious trail of crumbs?
Yeah. Wait, Claire, didn't you think the whole book was about existence? Not even 5 minutes ago? Well, so you missed the whole thing too.
No,
Jesus, Claire, did you even read the book?
I'm sure it was a bloody fantastic novel, Mary!
You bastard! But you're right. It is a bloody fantastic novel. And you're going to get a special live rendition straight from the original draft.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mary, you're not going to read the entire 300-page book to me right now, are you?
Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, whatever the fuck his name is, by Mary Goddamn Shelley.
Today, as you are all aware, is a special day, which is why I have asked you all to present on ancient technologies from the old world. Prime Day is about freedom, innovation, and taking bold steps towards the future. These principles, however, are not exclusive to our world, but the old world that was full of the innovation and technology and fearlessness that led us to where we are today. Today's presentations aren't just on ancient technologies, but on stories of daring discoveries that propelled our society forward. And with that, I'll shut up and we'll get to presenting. All right, up first we have group 1. Do you guys need anything? A projector scrim, an AR simulator?
No thanks, Teach. We're doing this one the old-fashioned way.
Really getting into the spirit of things. Well, to get started.
The year is 2011, old world time. Me, Ross Ulbricht. Some call Ulbricht a legend. Others call him the most dangerous man of the old world. For today's presentation, we're just going to call him Ross. Meet investigator Gary Alford. Gary's a bit of a badass, but also a king of privacy invasion. There's also a bunch of FBI agents and other people in Ross's life, but we only have 3 people in our group, so... Anyway, Ross has been a pretty quiet and smart kid up until now. He's just got his master's degree and moved in with his girlfriend. They both worked on independent projects, which leads us to our first part of the story.
My name's Ross, and I'm cold, aloof, and mysterious. I'm working on a brand new project that's going to change the world. Top secret.
Hi, honey. As your girlfriend, I would love to know what you've been working on that computer all day.
No, it's a secret.
Boo. Please tell me, or at least take me out to dinner.
Stop wasting my time, Squawk Dot.
Ugh, I'm leaving.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm working on a huge secret project that's going to change the world. I believe in the freedom of having the ability to go on the internet without being tracked by the government. So I'm creating Silk Road, which is a free market with very few rules. You can use Bitcoin to buy almost anything except for child pornography.
Honey, did you say something?
Oops! Can't let him know what's going on. No one can.
Ross worked on his project all day, every day. He neglected the people he loved, but that was a small price to pay when he stood on the precipice of greatness. Once his masterpiece was finished, He used small forums across the internet and dark web to advertise. Soon enough, his site became one of the most popular among the dark web. However, while it attracted free thinkers, it also attracted hitmen for hire, drug dealers, and hackers of all kinds.
Technically, it's not illegal to search my site. Sure, it's illegal to buy illegal things, but hosting the market isn't inherently bad.
More and more people started to use Bitcoin to buy illegal products from Ross's site, leaving Ross rolling in dough. He was making millions of dollars on Bitcoin alone, all while protecting his precious free market. All was well until the FBI caught word of what was happening.
I'm an investigator, which means I investigate all sorts of things, including malicious websites and illegal activities. And I work for the IRS, which means I'll stop at nothing to catch any fraudster, no matter the cause. Using only a screen name, my intelligence, and the help of the FBI, we tracked Ross. It wasn't easy, but we made a plan to catch him.
Ross moved across the country, suspicious that he was being hunted down. He increased security measures, including encryption to protect his computer. Anytime he closed his laptop, the data would be encrypted and unattainable. Aside from protecting his data, Ross hired hitmen to kill people who blackmailed him and stole from his website. Things were getting mega intense. The FBI went through some ridiculous measures to find him.
We knew he had a screen name, Dead Pirate Roberts, and that he used some ID, Frosty. Frosty used the name of his server all the way across the globe in Iceland. Using this and other clues, we saw that the way he speaks in messages mimics the way this Ross Ulbricht dude speaks. Specifically, they both use the word yeah without the H. Ulbricht must be him.
Gary and the FBI knew they couldn't arrest him without the data stored on his laptop, so they moved fast to make their plan. Because of Ulbricht's, at the time, modern technology, the FBI knew they had to arrest Ross with his laptop open. If the laptop was closed, they couldn't access the unencrypted technology to back up their claims. This led to the ultimate stakeout.
We infiltrate Ross's team by having one of our team members work as a double agent, pretending to be an administrator for Silk Road. Using stealth, the agent messages Ross and tracks his movements and gets him outside.
This is where the good part starts.
Don't mind me, I'm just an average zonk-dunk on his laptop.
Zoink isn't accurate to the times.
I mean, just an average Schmo Joe on their computers. Schmo Joe just doing his normal people things, nothing near to see.
As the undercover agent messages Ross, a fight suddenly breaks out.
Oh no! What's this fight about?
And as Ross looks up from his screen, the agents make their move. And just like that, the chase is over. But it wasn't a pure coincidence that the fight broke out just as Ross had his laptop open. The secret agent staged the whole thing! This allowed them to swipe at just the right time, capturing the device unencrypted.
The end!
Very dramatic work, kids. I really appreciate the enthusiasm. Though I have to say this event sounds rather fictional.
What do you mean?
I just want to make sure that you made sure that your sources were reputable. You know, Wiki Multimedia P3 is not a reputable source.
We checked the archives and everything.
It was real.
I'm sure it felt real, but I have a hard time thinking the FBI would use something as baseless as the word yeah or stage an entire fight to catch a criminal. The United States has always been known for their honesty and integrity. And I want you to reflect on that for your next presentations, okay? All right?
This actually happened. The
No,
government was
save that
corrupt.
for
It might
us.
still be.
We'll save ethics for our philosophy class, okay?
God damn.
Hi, Principal. Happy Prime Day. Just calling to wish you good luck from 400D. Just a bit of a heads up. The kids are a lot smarter than they look. Be careful out there. No matter what, no one can know the truth.
What was that? I thought you weren't allowed to make phone calls in class.
Oh, that was just the principal calling to wish everyone a happy Prime Day.